Hello everybody, Edman here. Today I'm going to make some scalloped potatoes. I'm going to show you how I do it. First off, I cut some bacon, half a pack of bacon into 3/8 to 1/2 inch slices. I'm going to make a crumble, a bacon crumble. I have 5 medium-sized potatoes. I've squared the ends off, I've washed them, the skins are real thin so I left them on. I've set my mandolin to the middle thickness, which is, I'm going to say it's 1/8. And these, with a mandolin, you want to go very slow and make sure you don't take off your fingertips. When you get down to that size piece, you start getting close. Use the safety cover. Works wonders. Got the bacon sizzling in the background. So the consistency here is very nice when you use a mandolin. You can even go thinner if you want, or thicker. What I like to use instead of cream or half and half is evaporated milk. I just think it holds up better to the heat. It doesn't separate, and I just like the way it tastes. I have a lot of richness and creaminess. The creamy potato that I picked fresh out of the garden just a couple days ago. You saw that video. I'll leave a link to it. And then 2 types of cheeses, Monterey Jack and a mild cheddar, 2 cups of each. I'm gonna bake this in my cast iron skillet. I'm gonna coat this with butter. But while I'm slicing the rest of the potatoes, I'm bringing this up slowly to a heat, and then I'm going to sprinkle the cheese in and melt that down. So the consistency of the bacon, I'm looking really crisp it up, almost like the small little bacon bits by the time it's done. So what I have here is probably a 1/4 stick of ramp butter that I made earlier in another video. I'll show you that. I'll leave the link right over there. And then 1/2 stick of butter. A nice Griswold number 8 pan that my nephew Matty restored. He bought it at the flea market. Restored it and gave it to me as a Christmas gift. Said he found it for 15 bucks, 2 of them, 15 bucks a piece. I think they wanted 25 a piece. He talked them down to 15 bucks a piece, but what a steal. So that's nice. The butter should be melted. I'm gonna gradually add my 2 different types of cheese. This is mild cheddar. This is Monterey Jack, 2 cups of each. Okay, while the last of the cheese is melting into the evaporated milk and the butter, I am going to take these bacon bits that I have drained the fat off and chop them up even finer. The cheese is almost melted. I don't want to heat it up too fast, so I just want to heat it under a warm, bring it up to temperature, because we don't want it to curdle. We don't want the cheese separating, the milk to curdle, the butter to curdle. I incorporated the bacon dust into the cheese sauce. The sauce is looking really good, but I'm going to thin it down with a little bit of milk. So to my melted cheese sauce, I do like pepper. I'm not afraid to add a little pepper. I don't think we need too much salt because the cheese is pretty salty. I love thyme. Not much. 1/4 teaspoon. And definitely a little garlic powder. We don't need much of that either because we have the wild ramp butter. I ended up adding about 1 1/4 cups milk to the cheese sauce. So let's get layering. Let's put this baby together. I have my cast iron skillet. So why don't we start assembling this masterpiece? I'm going to coat the bottom generously. I took about 4 or 5 big heaping spoonfuls, and I'm going to take my potatoes, and this is where it gets a little time consuming. You don't want to overlap them too much because you want them to bake evenly, but we're just going to start going around this cast iron pan with about a 1/2 inch overlap. The pan. Got all that goodness, cheesy goodness. Okay, so that's row number 1. And then you don't have to go too thick between coats. But we do have a lot of cheese sauce, and that is what is really good. Not that fresh potatoes out of the garden aren't really good, but oh yeah. I just want to eat some of that cheese right off that spoon. Yeah, cheesy goodness. Pour it on there, smooth it out, just like you would a rocky relationship. Oh yeah, that's looking divine. I have my oven heated at 350. My oven runs a little bit hot, so I have it at 350. Convect, and I am going to bake this for 45 minutes and check it. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Not like when I was a kid when we used to have it in my family. Right out of the Betty Crocker box. Scalloped potatoes scarred me for life. I hated them. Then my buddy saved me with his recipe. The nice thing about this is you can put it in the refrigerator. It'll last all week. You cut off a chunk. You can throw a little butter in the skillet and fry it up and warm it up. And yeah, you'll thank me for it. the last layer. Okay, there it is, layered up, ready for the oven. The oven's at 350, convect. I'm gonna put it in there for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna check it, and I bet it will be done within an hour. All right, I set the timer for 40 minutes. We're gonna wait for it to bubble up, get golden brown. Okay, you guys, I've taken it out of the oven. I baked it for an hour and I let it cool down. Gotta get it loosened from the side. Here we go. Let's have a taste test. Looks very good. Still looks pretty hot. That's good. I really like it. I didn't cook it too long that the potatoes didn't lose their bite. That cheese blended a mild cheddar and the Monterey Jack, really nice. I think it'll last all week long. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys make this. Let me know if you enjoy it. Use that evaporated milk. I think that does make a difference. Definitely the best scalloped potatoes I've ever had. Thanks, Maddie, for the great recipe. I've been making it quite a bit, and I tell you, when I was a kid, I hated scalloped potatoes. Nothing against Betty Crocker, but scalloped potatoes out of the box were what my mother made. This doesn't even compare. This, you make this, put this in the refrigerator, it's gonna firm up, and then you take it out, heat it in a skillet with some butter. Oh boy, it's delicious. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. I'm gonna dig into some country style ribs and some baked beans alongside of this. Good night.